So everyone had a reason of doing it. Why these things happened. Okay. These were the things which took part. It's a missile called Extreme Pride in the Nation. Nationalism is when countries had extreme pride in the nation. Follow me. That's what Gandhiji said. Right. It is a growth of this modern nationalism is intimately connected to the anti-colonial movement in India, just like any other country. In the process of the struggle with the colonialism, people began discovering their unity. Although each class or group of people felt that we are being oppressed under the colonialism, the effects of this colonialism was felt differently to different groups. Now, what did Mahatma Gandhi do? I'll tell you today. He tried to merge these groups, these oppressed people, these different groups under the colonialism, which were being oppressed, together into one group, movement under the Congress. That's when it took change. Different people, different oppression, different thinking, different class. With one movement under the Congress, he wanted to bring them in. But like anywhere else, unity didn't come without facing conflicts. Different people, different minds. Now, Congress sought to develop the national movement. How the different groups participated in the movement, how the nationalism captured the imagination of the people. We have to impress, we have to influence, we have to get the people inspired, we have to convince. It's not an easy job. Right? So, the First World War, Khilafat and non-cooperation movement, a new economic and political situation got created by the war. Prices of all commodities went up. Common people faced hardship, extreme hardships. Villages were called upon to supply. Forced recruitment in rural areas caused widespread anger. I am just going back, I am taking you through this chapter. Correct? During this time, crops failed, caused a lot of shortage of food. Then, epidemic of influenza came in. 12 to 13 million people perished as a result of famines and epidemic according to the census of 1921. This included the Spanish flu also. See what all happened. The major thought of people was that after the war they will have a peaceful life. We helped them in the First World War. They are going to help us out. But it did not happen. At this stage, a new mode of struggle was suggested by a new leader. Where will the common people go? Satyagraha. Truth plus force. Satya is truth, Graha is force. Truth plus force. Truth is forceful. idea of Satyagraha came in. Tapasya, Satya, Ahimsa. Idea of Satyagraha. 1906, Gandhiji came up with the idea of Satyagraha, which means insistence on truth using non-violent cooperation, which literally means struggle or endeavor, agraha, endeavor for truth. Three main principles of Satyagraha is Tapasya, Satyagraha, Ahimsa and Satya. Tapasya, Satya and Ahimsa. You must endeavor, you must feel no pain, no gain, or the truth, to refusal to do harm to others and willingness to self-sacrifice in that cause by showing them this is wrong. I accept your problem, I accept your fault, this is wrong, but you are punishing me for this, you are doing this, I accept it. I am sacrificing myself, but this is wrong. Okay. Three principles I told you. These three principles form the core of a weapon that Gandhiji was determined to use against the British Raj enslaving his country. That was his plan. It was successfully organized by him various places after he arrived to India from South Africa. He travelled to Champaran 1960 to inspire the peasants to struggle against the oppressive plantation system. He then organized a satyagraha to support peasants in the Kheda district in Gujarat 1917. Organized in Ahmedabad in 1918 amongst cotton mill workers. He tried a lot. Now, what is the this WWI, World War I? What are the economic and political situation created by the World War I? What is Satyagraha? What are the three main principles of Satyagraha? These are the things, questions are there, which I gave you the answers. Then Rowlatt came in. Rowlatt was there to imprison people without trial. Then we have the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, right? Firing lasted for 10 minutes, 1600 rounds were fired. No one was about to escape, 1000 died. Unofficial estimate, about 2000 wounded people lay unattended in the Bagh. They will obviously die. That changed some part of the thinking of the country. Okay. He wanted to launch a more broad-based movement in India. He was sure that no such movement could be organized without bringing the Hindu Muslims together. One way of bringing the Hindus and Muslims closer was to take up the Caliphate issue. Ottoman Turkey was defeated in the World War I. A harsh treaty was going to be imposed to defend the Caliph's temporal powers. A Khalifat committee was formed in Bombay. Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali began discussing with Gandhiji about the possibility of the united mass action. But Muslim leaders were convinced in the Calcutta session of the Congress in September 1920. Stages of the non-cooperation movement suggested by Gandhi: surrender of titles, boycott, civil services, army, police, courts, legislative councils, schools and foreign goods. Full civil disobedience campaign started. Shaukat Ali and Gandhiji toured all over India in 1920 to get things done. Many Congress leaders were reluctant to boycott the council election scheduled for 1920. They feared that the movement might lead to popular violence. Intense tussle with the Congress during September and December. Finally, the Congress session in Nagpur 1920 December, a compromise was worked out with the non-cooperation program was adopted. This is the basic thing I am telling you. So I'll come back in the next class and explain it. I have still explanation left. So full chapter I'll tell you step by step actually. So take care guys, be good and be happy and live a disciplined life. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye. God bless you.